Warning: the following content is for persons 16 and older. Anyone under the age of 16, please exit the video immediately. Parents, please be advised. What's up, people? It's the Guru representing Geek Assault. Today on the breakdown, we will be talking about Tales from the Dark Multiverse #1, Death of Superman. Let's go. Perfect. All right, guys. This comic book, if you didn't know, it's a series of it's almost what if tales, and they're coming from a totally dark multiverse. So a lot of these stories are gorier. They're more. It's almost like a black label type storytelling, and it tell alternate tellings of some classic stories, or some made up stories, or some stuff's embellished. This one happens to be about the death of Superman. And it starts off with this being called Tippis Finanaut, something like that. And he seems to be like a almost like a watcher guy. And he's a watcher of the multi universes. And so he's doing a whole dialogue about how he's like the light and the warmth of light, but darkness is always there, and darkness always comes back. No matter how much he feels the warmth of light, darkness is always going to return. So he's pretty much questioning, why is there darkness and why is there light? Like, why does it keep coming back no matter what? No matter how many times light defeats dark, it always comes back. So he's pondering upon that, and it's also going through a lot of the dark stories and things that happen within the different realities, from the Joker to the whatever that Batman is, laughing Batman, whatever you want to call it, that guy. So this goes on there. This tells the story, but it gets into the story of Superman fighting Doomsday, and of course we all know this tale. Superman kills Doomsday, and in the process he saves the planet and saves all the heroes, saves humanity, but he gives his life in the process. And as we can see, we have Lois Lane there to grieve over Superman. And I guess this is a point in time in this story that the world didn't know. I don't know if they still know in the comic books or not right now, because Bendis turned me off of Superman. He destroyed Superman. Bendis sucks. Anyway, so of course she's there with a ring. She's married to Superman, and she sees him die, but she can't let the world know that she's Superman's wife. And she's in agreement for her, and she's just kind of like, she's upset, of course, of him seeing her husband die, fight for the world, and then all the heroes get there, like, when it's time to back him up, they're too late. And so she ponders upon, like, how y'all are superheroes, and in a time of need, when the ultimate superhero, Superman, is giving his life and is dying for everyone, y'all were nowhere to be found. So what kind of superheroes y'all were? And so she seems kind of contradictory. She's just overcome with grief and bitterness, because in the end, of course, they don't know that Lois is married to Superman. And so during the world is in mourning, and she really can't mourn as a wife because she don't want the secret to be out. And all superheroes are there mourning Superman and everything else like that. And she's upset, like, and she's kind of like away from the festivities, from the celebration of the life of Superman. She can't really be involved in it, but all these superheroes that watch him die, basically, they're there, and all important on front stage and center, but the wife is not, so she's like being bitter, and then the whole world's going chaotic. And I really like how they drew Lex Luthor in this thing, because he does a monument to Superman's big gold statue of Superman, and Lex Luthor at first I didn't know who he was, man, because of all the locks of hair and everything he had and everything, and it's all the like articles stuff. She just pondering, and she's still in mourning because Superman, how do you replace that? And she's going to visit the mother, Martha Kent and all that. They comfort each other. Of course, she can't say anything either because she had to kind of take a backstage just like Lois. Not let everybody know that she's the mother of Superman. So she didn't get to see it. So she actually goes to the not Hall of Justice. What is it? Not Hall of Justice. What's it called? Superman place. Solitude. Fortress of Solitude. She goes to Fortress of Solitude and she's still mourning there, and she's carrying on, and this being comes through and says he was there to try to pretty much save Superman, but he was too late, and he took it, and Superman's in this tomb, and I guess he would feel like he could have brought Superman back, and so he's pretty much, whoever this guy is, she's pretty much upset that he didn't have a chance to save him, but Lois is pretty much like, well, he was pretty much gonna get the power of Superman, and Lois is kind of like, well, use me, and he's like, well, you're supposed to be a Kryptonian to receive this power, and but you're human, and she was like, she's like, I don't care, just use me, and she's willing to pretty much, if it doesn't work, die. And she says he pretty much asked her, like, well, if you get this power, do you able to receive it? You gotta carry on the battle. Are you willing to do that? And she's like, yes, I'll take on the responsibilities of this thing. And so, as a grieving wife, she takes his hand, and the power goes to it. And I mean, it just destroys the Fortress of Solitude, and she gains his power. And let me tell you, man, Lois looks badass, and she's empowered with Superman's power, and she has the glowing red aura. Oh man, I love that look on her, and the tear marks from the makeup tears and all that. It's just awesome look on her, man. It just makes her, you could just tell like she's not in the right place, and she's so powerful looking, man, and the bloody S on her chest looking, man. So you could just tell like this woman is serious, and she's gonna do whatever it takes, but it seemed like we kind of can tell already it's not gonna be good, not just from the title Dark Universe, but her look on her face like she determined to make her right in the world, and ain't nothing gonna stand in her way. So there's all kind of ways this go wrong. So she flies off, man, and she's doing a Superman thing, saving people all around the world, man. But the thing about it is, what is she doing? All the corrupt politicians, all the drug dealers, all the arms dealers, she's destroying corruption, and by any means necessary. So if need be, she's killing people, man, and she's taking out politicians. She's just whatever it takes. She's gunning them down, man, and she's going for it, man. She's chemicals, anything bad, she's going for you. And if you don't either get down or you go lay down with Lois right now, man. So she runs across Lex Luthor, and Lex is condescending self, man, being all self-absorbed and all that stuff. Lois grabs this dude by his neck, man, and she tells his real name, Clark Kent, and she grabs Lex, takes him into the atmosphere, and his body is just burnt to ashes. And I was like, yo, man, he just disintegrates. And she's kind of pondering, I'm like, dang, I know I should be feeling something, but she's not. She's just going around killing other people. And this Joker is on the wild, man. Lois comes out of nowhere and burns him down with her heat vision. Nothing, like, bam, done. She's tired of playing with these criminals, man. And it's like, even Batman said, Lois, what? Batman tries to come and stop her, like, look, chill out, man. Clark wouldn't want this. And then he's like, he's dead, get out of here. So she's checking Batman, and she was like, say, I've gone too far, and Batman's trying to stop her, talk scissors. She's slapping Batman around. Batman tased her for a minute, used kryptonite, said it pretty much don't work on Lois, because like I said, Lois isn't Kryptonian, so she kind of smacks that away. And then Superman is sitting there, she's sitting there trying to break Superman's will. Like, Superman pitied you and all this stuff, and how he's alone and everything. Superman really didn't care for Batman. And then Lois turns around, and Batman runs right at Lois with no fear, and she burns Batman to death, man. So in one night, she's killed Joker and Batman all at once, man. So she goes out into space and she's really pondering, man, the truth that humanity can't be saved. She pretty much giving up. She's pretty much going and falling into like nihilism, and she hate to see like what the world has become and what she's become and everything like this. She's like pondering like Superman was too good for this world, and you know all these like knockoff Supermans out here trying to replace you and everything. They're nothing like you, and you know like everybody just took advantage of you, and you know you was just the best. And so then this whole cyborg Superman came out here, and she they get into it briefly, and he tries to stop. I don't know why he really engaged with Lois right here. I guess because of Lois is what she's been doing, and he's pretty much like, you know, hey, there's only room for me, I guess. So this is the way she feels too. So they have to go. They go at it, and my man, what's her man, Steel and Superboy comes, and they help her fight off Cyborg, and so she pretty much like, look, I don't need help, you know what I'm saying? You know, she yelling, but Cyborg was handling at first, and Cyborg, he does boy, Superboy, whatever you want to call it, does him dirty, man. I mean, burns him to death, the face first. He crushes Steel easily, and then like he's one-shotting these cats, man. And then Lois gets mad and uses her heat ray, and boom, you think she vaporized Cyborg, but nah, he's still there, still trying to fight, and they're going at it toe for toe, blow for blow, and she's not giving an inch, and neither is a Cyborg, but he is hurt kind of bad, and like all the citizens of the Metropolis are like getting caught up in this battle, and so like pieces of the building, the debris about to kill these innocent people, you know what I'm saying? She's supposed to be a superhero, but she's about to cause the death of the casualties of these humans, and she kind of like, she hears it, and she knows like, oh man, kind of like I messed up, and out of nowhere, boom, the original Superman comes there to save the day and save these people. And they run off, and Superman, boom, he's sort of, then Lois talks to him, and then she try to figure out that he really is Superman, and like she's ashamed of what she's done, you know, and they have time, and he's pretty much telling like, you know, now that I'm back, everything's gonna be all good. And like the people are afraid of Lois because Lois is rogue, and Superman's trying to figure out like, whoa, what's going on? Why are people afraid of you? Like, you know, what have you been doing? And here's Cyborg Superman, or whatever you want to call him. And like, how many people did you let die? To, you know, and then she's kind of like, yo, I'm gonna knock this guy out. It's over with. Boom. You know, she runs at, you know, this guy. I don't know where he got this big tank of kryptonite from, but hey, we gonna roll with it. He got this big tank of kryptonite, and Lois goes right at him because, you know, she's invulnerable to kryptonite. It doesn't bother her. And then she's like, you know, I won't let you take him away from me again. She smashes Cyborg and the tank of kryptonite out of anger, of course. It disperses everywhere. And with that being said, it so much of it gets put in Superman that it kills him. You know, he's just like a mist of kryptonite, man. He's inhaling it. It's all in his skin. He just gets a gigantic exposure of kryptonite, you know, tons of it or whatever, and it's all because of her that he meets his demise. And she has to sit there, and the fact that everybody's looking at her, watching her, like, you know, that she was fueled by vengeance, something he never was. And now she can see why Clark never let himself, aka Clark Kent, aka Superman, he never let himself go out of control and handle situations like this, because if he slipped up like this is what can happen, you know. And she sees the worst of it. And she is noticed she's like beyond salvation now, and not like she knows this darkness. It's like it was pretty much the road of good intentions. The road to hell is paved in good intentions. She wanted to set things right. She went about it the wrong way, and she ended up destroying the one she loved. And that was the thing that put her on this path. And then she had a chance to get it all back, and because her ways of action, where she let the situation mold her, turn her into something she didn't want to be, and in turn made her lose. She's the cause of losing her own love. So it was a great story, man. Pretty good ending. And I like what it said is, I don't know why there is darkness, but perhaps it is a lesson. We should look upon those who fall prey to it, not with scorn, but pity, for we could easily be next. Let us cherish the light while we have it. So, very good ending to this comic. I really enjoyed this one. I will be doing more dark universe stories, dark multiverse stories as they come about. I think there's a few of them out right now, and I will be checking them out as they come along. So tell me what y'all thought of this comic, and I gotta go pick it up because I left some stuff out. You know, it's a good read. I ran through it real quick. These are my thoughts on it, and this DC done right, man. I enjoyed the story, had a meaning to it. Support your local comic book company, comic book stores. We're losing a lot of them, so support. And this is the Guru, and I'll be back with another issue. Peace.